Ah, hey everybody, I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, David, Her Ladyship, Bassman, Basswoman, and Reverend Robbie? Hope you're all well. Now I shall flick the link up. I shall. Yes. Um, how was your day yesterday, there, Bassman? You being all oot and a boot and everything. There's a link. Um, whilst I am waiting for you guys to hit our thing, I shall. Mm, fuck yeah. There we go. How you
Happy
doing?
time. Hello.
Oh yeah. Actually, I should do that properly. Oh yeah. Um, Alrighty. Now I remember how I did all that masking up for the taping for the painting yesterday. No sooner had I done it, it started pissing down. So spray canning outside was a bit of a not going to happen thing. But it stopped by this morning. So I got it done about an hour and a half ago, so it should be dry enough. Um, I mean, it's acrylic, hollow dolly. So yeah, all right. Now, Bassman's not on yet. I'm sure he will be in due course, but I shall get myself into posse. I shall. Now then. All right. Now, round we come. We come round the outside, round the outside. Um, Now, move that over to there. Gonna get this out of the way for a moment. Probably do some work on that later today. Um, in fact, I'll go a step further. We'll do some work on that later today. Um, Now, here's the inside of, or the underside of the bonnet. I'm going to hit that again. But what I'll be doing is marking out, you see the pattern of the V
Hmm.
around there. I will do white. And the rest will
Right.
be the exterior color. So, yeah. I'm also pondering as to whether to do anything with that little square there. It's a bit of a question in my eyes.
Hmm.
Bassman is. I see his thing, but I don't see any actual image of him there. Aha! Having trouble connecting. This is often caused by an unstable internet connection.
Oh dear.
Okay. At the moment, you're not coming through properly, Bassman. Now, it says that if you're on Wi Fi, try plugging it in if you can. Or moving closer. Well, moving closer to it probably wouldn't happen.
Or add another shilling to the meter. Oh dear. Hello. No. Both of them out. Hmm. What terrible thought. Just me on you. Mm. Hmm. Rob, you still there? Is that disappearing act? Hmm. Terrible thought.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back.
My entire internet dropped out. The issue may not have been at Bassman's end.
Huh.
It's hard to know. Ultimately, yeah, it was a bit of a minor clusterfuck, but I'm back. I should be able to get you on this time, Bassman, if you want to give it another burl. That was a bit of a fist fucking, it was. Dear, oh dear.
Yeah.
Aha! Let's see how we go this time. Aha! There we have it. All right, how you doing?
What did you do, man?
Hello.
Well,
Okay.
I assumed the issue was at your end, and I looked over and I had a whole stack of no StreamYard. It was basically saying, yeah, you can't do that. When I went to check other sites, it was the whole
Well,
internet come down.
normally what happens is when I do some serious thinking, it causes a glitch in the system and everything shuts down.
Yep. Anyway, I was midway through showing you what I had done,
Show me again, sir.
which is I've done the. I'm going to redo this as far as give it a second coat. But at this stage, I'll be doing is white round there. I'm unsure. You might be able to give me some good idea, and also through that V there. Now, opinion. Should I be doing something with that little square area there?
Well, if you're going to outline it in white, why not do the rest in blue?
Well, I was going to do the rest in blue, but I'm talking about this particular little square here.
Do it the other color blue.
Ah. Yeah, that would give it a bit of a contrast, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they're kind of like your door panels.
Yeah. Cool.
I think black or chrome or aluminum color would be too gotcha, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, we give it a light contrast because what I'm doing on the it is a metallic blue, but it's not a true metallic, if you follow me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that anyway. And the other thing I did was got the excuse me, black wheel rims done, such that I can now need to slowly peel this off. I try to keep I was putting some black on the parts of the wheel arches. I didn't want to get any on the chrome if I could. It sort of defeats the purpose, you know.
Hey, what kind of tape is that?
This?
Yeah, what kind of tape is that? Seems to be real thick.
That's
seems to bond the plastic really well.
That's electrical tape.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I ran out of the normal masking tape, and I've still got a little bit of black on here. That's a bit annoying. Never mind. Not much. And none on the spots that matter. But I can always just give it another quick touch just to be sure. Now, my whole point of doing this was these wheel arches.
Careful how you say just a quick touch.
Well, we all know Bishop Choir Boy. There we go. Yeah, that's been worth it because what I've done there, I've now got a.
Oh yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yep, that turned out good.
Sometimes these moments of over fastidiousness are worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yep. What do they say? It's the little things.
It is.
The little.
Ha! That reminds me of that line. Gets trotted out quite beautifully in the TV. One of my favorite TV series, Rome. Rome's set in ancient Rome, and it was the TV series that HBO put out before Game of Thrones. They pretty much canned Rome to make Game of Thrones.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much. Rome is a not bad telling of ancient Rome. And anyway, the relevant point is, at one stage, there's two scenes that are relevant here.
All right.
At one stage, and if you've never heard of these people, that does not matter. Okay?
All right.
But at one stage, Mark Antony, who's like a major figure, if you ever heard of Antony and Cleopatra, that's Mark Antony.
Okay. All right, gotcha.
Has heard rumor that a guy named Cicero is plotting against him. And one day, when he confronts him, he says, "And if I ever hear rumor of your name attached to conspiracy, I'll cut off your hands and have them nailed to the Senate door."
Damn.
Anyway, time passes, and it's time for Cicero to die, basically. Let's put it in those no uncertain terms here. And when Antony gets someone to do it, the line is, "Oh, and Varenus, make sure you cut off his hands and nail them to the Senate door. I won't be set on a man of my word." I think I find it's those little things that matter, you know. Oh, hey Jeff, how you doing?
Hello, Jeff.
No, Jeff.
The little things. The little things.
Oh yeah, yeah. When you're talking the little things of chopping someone's hands off and putting them on the Senate door, yeah. Well, obviously that's a little thing. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Now, I've also done, probably unnecessarily, but hey,
Nothing unnecessarily. It's always needed.
This little area here, for exactly the same reason. Now, I think when the chassis goes on, that's going to be less of a thing, but it does fall broadly. In fact, yeah, it won't be, but nonetheless, it does give it that little niceness.
It does.
Because they'll go all the way onto there anyway. More the front.
Is it that lip smacking pop?
Yeah, that's the bottom line, isn't it? Here.
It is.
Anyway, now while I'm here, something that has almost come off on this main part, and I may as well do it properly if it is going to come off. That. So does this, but I'm going to leave that there as a bit of a handle sort of a thing.
Oh.
Yep. So now we're getting closer to what the actual lines of the Chevy are. Yeah, that was just I don't know why that was actually there. Unless it's to support the frame during transport.
Yeah, it was probably just a support to hold the plastic from warping.
Now, one thing, what's going on? There we go. There are a couple of spots on the black that I do want to tidy up just a little. Let's have a look. Or am I just being?
So we started watching The Lord of the Rings completely.
Oh, yeah.
We've never watched them all the way through. We've just seen, parts of it. We watched maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes of it, but never from start to end. And we started out with, we watched the the last one. It came on TV the other day, and we got back from the grocery store. We got back late, and it was The Return of the King.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And so we're like, damn. I said, I want to go back and watch the first one. So we turned on the Fellowship of the Ring last night. And man, I tell you what, that's some good stuff, man. Lord of the Rings is some good stuff.
I would say because I've read the books 18 times, 19 times, something ridiculous. This is why I know a lot about it. And I can say fairly comfortably, and bear in mind, I'm what would be defined as a Tolkien purist, which is to say, if something is not the way it is in the books, it's clearly erroneous.
I can understand that.
And it's a pretty solid telling of the story.
Okay.
There are a handful of things that have me going, oh, fuck off. That didn't happen. Or why? But those things some of them I can also see being, Hollywood.
Yeah.
There does come a point where you gotta, where I can see that this is how it's done. This is just the, but it didn't destroy the essence of the story, and some parts of it were magnificent.
Okay.
The some of the CGI to create Moria and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good job. The Balrog himself. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. That's the shit. That will ruin your fucking day. And the what else? What else did I quite liked the portrayal of Fangorn, as far as the character Fangorn. That's his actual name. It's not Treebeard. It's actually Fangorn. The end. Because they are immensely powerful creatures.
They are.
I also liked the Ride of the Rohirrim. That gets. I need to put on protection to watch that shit, man. I'll tell you free of charge. You put me on a horse, a spear, sword, I'm ready to rock and roll. Fuck yeah!
Well, from my understanding, a lot of the armor, well, not a lot, but some of the armor used for the like the kings and the chainmail were actually damn it, what do you call it?
The plates,
Yeah,
the helmets and stuff, they were
forged. Yeah,
forged and burned.
yeah.
So what?
Some of the armor, the helmet, and the chainmail was actually forged.
Oh, the armor's chainmail armor is actually very interesting.
I think it said it took a guy 2 years to make it.
I would take them years because think about it. Otherwise, how would you have an army in it? For some unknown people who have made them, don't get me wrong, it's not a quick process because you've got to have all the links and then you got to put them all together. It's almost like sewing with metal in terms of
Yeah, because you had to put all those links together, one by one.
that is the process, and there's a lot of links. Now, if you were to sit down and do it over a however long, just sit there and do it, you'd probably be surprised as to how quickly you'd get it done.
They had a lot of chainmail to make too,
That's it. But then they'd probably have not just one person doing it.
Well, absolutely not. Yeah, they had multiple people working on it.
You'd have a master art. Okay, here we go. Depending on the size of the realm you're talking about, if you're talking about a village, all you'd have is a smithy.
Yep.
And your odds of getting chainmail armor in a village, 4/5 are fuck all. You could probably order them, they probably could, but yeah, then you'd be talking a long time because he's got a lot of other work to do for other villages,
Right. Yep.
In a city, you'd probably have a few armorers. So it would depend on how busy they were, and the city would have their own armorers as well, you would think. Now, if you're talking a proper kingdom and one that's got a bit of cash, you'd be talking, you'd have a master armorer in your keep, and under him he'd have various other apprentices and yada yada yada. So you'd have a whole setup going on.
Yeah, it would take a whole setup. As they say, it would take a village.
Yeah. Now I've almost got these.
Learning why it was called the the Fellowship of the Ring, and why the other one was called Return of the King. You know what the
Yeah.
actual name of the story.
Now, here's a interesting.
They were
fact
watching it
for you.
now.
You know how in the movies, Arwen goes out to rescue the hobbits.
Yes.
In the books, it's not her.
Really?
Yep, that's one of the first things that had me going, "Oh, come now." In the books, it's well, if you do encounter in the movies, Glorfindel. Now, one of the things they don't convey well in the movies, particularly with regards to Glorfindel, who does make an appearance, by the way, is Glorfindel is kick ass. This guy slew a fucking Balrog. Get your noggin around that anytime you're ready. Slew a fucking Balrog. He will fuck you up. But you don't get that in the portrayed in the movie. I guess it's hard to convey, but yeah, some of the elves are fucking hard ass.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Because they're thousands of years old.
Yep, they are.
They've had time to develop those skills, that knowledge. And that's something I don't think is conveyed very well, unfortunately. I don't think there's much you can do about it in a film, but
So enlighten me on how Arwen knew Frodo had been stabbed by that immortal sword.
In the movie,
yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you how it rolls in the book.
She just appears. She's never been
in the book. What's happened is that because you'll recall, Gandalf gets taken prisoner by Saruman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. While he's held there, he is unable to contact Frodo.
Yep.
And when he gets out, he knows
cool.
time has passed.
It was kind of cool how Gandalf got off that Sauron's thing.
Yeah. Anyway, when he gets out, because he realizes things are far, far worse than they might have been, he gets that's when he sends out messengers trying to find, because he knows that the Nine are abroad, the Nazgul are abroad, and when he gets to Rivendell, Elrond sends people out looking.
Yes.
Glorfindel is one of them. And the reason that, because you might remember, the Morgul blade that Frodo was cut with, Aragorn's aware that Frodo's been hit with it. And he tells Glorfindel.
He tells who?
The elf who actually finds the hobbits. His name's Glorfindel.
Glorfindel.
Yep. And because what Aragorn's doing is he's trying to find a herb called a Thealus.
Yes.
And that's to try and do what he can to slow the wound down.
Yep.
They actually encounter Glorfindel on the road from memory, and they
that's Glorfindel.
No, they can him on the road, and Glorfindel looks at it and says, "Look, I'm not able to help with this one. This one's bad news. We need Elrond and all that he's got to Rivendell." But they become aware of the Nazgul following, and basically it's him who's actually rides off with Frodo. And what causes the water to come rushing down isn't Arwen casting a spell, obviously. It's actually Elrond unleashing the waters of the river.
Yes.
It's Elrond who causes that.
Huh.
Yeah, you don't see. Yeah, you see these. There's quite a big difference all of its own.
I wonder why they changed it between the book and the movie then.
Yeah, in the books, it's Elrond who causes that.
Yeah.
And the little horse things are actually Gandalf adding his personal touch. So there you go.
Huh.
So that's a big difference of its own.
It is.
Wow. Now, let me go into. I can go into a few other things, but one of the bigger differences as well is actually the ending of Return of the King, and also the fate of Saruman, because in the books, Saruman does not die in Isengard. He's not murdered there. He is released by, I'm trying to think who's, Gandalf, I think it is, makes the call. And Grima goes with him. Unbeknownst to everybody else, he's been doing stuff back at the Shire. And in the books, when the hobbits get back to the Shire, Saruman has created like a little puppet empire there, puppet country there, and he's running it with thugs and stuff. And they have to kick him out of there, and it's there that he gets murdered by Grima, in the Shire. Now, I do understand why they didn't put that in the movies, because it is almost like an appendix to the main story.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that's a dramatic change. And
it's a whole thing, and it's an extra however long. And I can see that for a movie, it would not work so well. Comfortable with that. I can see why that is so. That makes perfect sense to me, But yeah, you can also see why I'm a bit, well, why? Another good example is okay. You've seen The Two Towers, haven't you?
We've got like 30 minutes left of it to watch.
Okay, so you've seen the Battle of Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
Right. You know that scene where the elves rock up?
Yes.
Does not happen.
Huh.
It's not in the books at all.
Wow.
Now what I've just done there is I've tidied up more of the rims, like the very edge of the. So the idea will be, very quickly. Yeah, there's there. Bang with the. So I'm very
nice.
Happy with them. Now I don't know if you've seen this yet, Bassman, but I'm pretty chipper with this. There are a couple of little tidy ups to be done, but
oh no, I've not seen that. Wow.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that.
And that looks really good.
I might do a little bit more there because it's a little bit thin on the surface there. I can probably even get away without worrying too much about the touch-ups. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now that looks really good. You should be proud of
Pretty
that.
happy with it.
That
Thank
looks really
you.
good.
Now, but I'll do give that a little coat of paint there. Now, something I want to check. I spilt some water on this. I just want to make sure the paint job is still sound. Come to Papa. These are still good. Happy with that. It's all coming together, peeps.
Good.
Hardy.
It is. Now,
Yeah, you've done a hell of a job on that.
here's something I'll show you too, Bassman. This is the first time I've used what will be, that's the door, the bonnet hinges.
Yep,
So
that's it.
that's the color I'll be using.
Nice.
And now that I've looked at it, I'm going, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna look real
good.
nice.
Oh yeah, happy with that as a notion.
You're gonna do the chrome side of it on the car.
Do what?
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna do the chrome down the side of the car once you paint it that color blue.
What I'm going to do is I can even show you on the hole here right now. Right here.
Show
right
me.
now. Right
Make
here.
Make me a
Sorry.
believer.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
okay, here we are. I'm going to have to I'll hit that with a bit more chrome again before I paint. Anyway, you see here how we've got our little strip. I'll be doing the chrome on the outside and the white on the inside.
Oh yeah.
And what I like, I will say, is that is easy. That's going to be easy to paint just straight by hand.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And what I might consider doing once I've hit that with a bit more chrome, because that's a bit yucky, is actually going on the outside on the edge with the hand paint, and then I can consider masking up. And if I end up making a minor error or going too far with the masking, therefore it'll be won't be a problem if you follow me.
That one area is you can probably do with a paint pen on the side of the car.
Yeah, there's certainly some parts I will. Also, through here, I would suggest, hang on, you can't quite see because there we go. Through here, I would suggest I will probably just mask off and do it with hand.
Okay.
I'll do it by hand, as the bishop said to the choir boy. Yeah, I went there. But yeah, it's starting to come along. Now, next. Here's something. Oh, and yesterday I also assembled this.
Man, you've been busy.
Pardon?
I said you've been busy.
And that's going to go just there. Boom.
Man, you're gonna have you a damn show car when you get done with that one.
Oh wow! Look at this. It almost sticks without any. I've got to say,
I like the way those pieces fit together like that. Yeah, it's really nice.
Get in there.
Gonna be a pretty car. Excuse me.
I've got to say, I'm actually pretty impressed with what AMT have done here. It's now something I need to find. There's some tidy ups I want to do on the seat in white.
Yeah, they done a bang up job on that kit.
Yeah, it's they're I've got to say they're what's the word I'm looking for? That's it. They've done what they do really well, or have done really well, is the pretty much it's really nice. Everything's good. It goes together well. It's got good detail.
Yeah.
And it's good enough. And this says everything you need to know. Would I buy another AMT kit? Without hesitation.
Absolutely.
And that's pretty much covers it, you know. Now, before I go doing some more painting, I'm also going to do this. I'm going to do some gluing. With the gluing and the painting, it's modeling.
Mm. Did everybody hunt Easter eggs yesterday at your house, Rob? In your neighborhood, I mean?
I don't do, well. As I live with myself, I don't have to worry about Easter eggs. And I don't generally eat chocolate myself, so probably for the best.
Yeah, we didn't either. We just went and ate with the in-laws.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Yep.
Now I've just realised before I do that, I might want to take these off the sprue. They're going to glue a whole lot better, you know. Dear me. Now, kind of looking forward to see how these come up. Now,
I'll tell you what.
we don't need to get a file out. There's a series in the UK, or from the UK. It's not running currently. But I reckon David would be familiar. The IT Crowd.
Yes.
Yeah. You ever used to watch it?
Oh dear, screw. See a couple of I just watch telly. No.
There's an
So much rubbish on
episode.
there.
There's an episode that where Jen starts dating this guy who has the surname File, which is actually quite a common German surname. P-F-I-E-L, I think E-I-L-E-I-L. Anyway, but his first name's Peter. Peter File. And you can see where the humor's going straight away with that one. But at one stage,
that's pretty good.
They're at the airport going on holiday, and there's an announcement: we're looking for Peter File. Could a Peter File please come to reception?
Damn. That's funny.
Kind
of makes you want to go to a Walmart and go to the customer service desk and have them to call that person to the front.
I may have told you about seeing a thing on Mad Magazine where the so this is back in the days when you used to get well, you still do get spam callers.
Oh yeah.
On landlines. And they were talking about ways you could address that. For example, one of them was to okay. Wow. That, eh? Wow. Anyway, one of them was to for example, that's not sitting right. I see. There is a correct way for that to go, but it's no. Sorry for Mount Gosman. Anyway, what was I talking about?
Oh hell! What are you talking about, David? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
I was talking about something.
Peter File?
No, I'd already done Peter File.
Damn it, man. My bad.
What was it? Something. Doesn't matter. Clearly wasn't that important.
It'll come to us in a minute.
Probably not, but don't let that worry you either.
Lord have mercy. It's aggravating double time.
It is when that happens, but hey. Now, let's see if I can get this right. Got a good solid start on my moving yesterday.
Oh,
as far as packing stuff up goes.
You don't realize how much stuff you have, you start packing it up, huh?
Yeah, but I've got a good amount done yesterday. I'll get some more done today. I got 7 boxes packed yesterday.
Dang.
I've only got 3 left, but where I get them from is basically the now. Here we go. Here is what the reel looks like at this juncture. So you got the black behind it and the chrome on top.
Nice. Looking good.
Now, curiously, however, that results in this. But that's not going to matter because the tire goes on that.
Yep. Now, you get your packing boxes from like a grocery store or something, or you have to go buy them?
I choose, no use of that word, choose to purchase them because, I have a lot of shit, mate. And it is most efficiently moved in proper boxes. That's pretty much the end of the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand where you're coming from.
And what I'm doing at the moment, now that I've gotten a whole stack of things already, what I do with my books, because the box is quite big, so I sort of half fill it with books and then put light stuff on top. Thus, I don't overfill it, the weight's in the bottom, yada, yada, yada. You get the idea. And also, if you completely fill them with books, they're fucking hard to move.
This is true.
And whilst I'll get the removalists to do it, I also believe in, I think there's certain weight restrictions they're allowed to operate within. Yes, they have techniques and yada, yada, yada. It doesn't matter. I think it's a more, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Be fair sort of a thing. Anyway, point being, I'm now at the point where I'm half filling the boxes and putting some of my kit stash in. Because, well, now is the time if you follow me.
Yeah.
Because that's how I did it last time. Yeah.
We can go down to like our local food line and get like banana boxes, and they're heavy duty.
Yeah. You can do that over here, and look, depending on how much you're moving, yeah, sure.
We've always got paper towel boxes.
As I said, have a lot of stuff. I mean, it'll cost me $50 to buy 10, but that's to me worth it, just for ease of purpose.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. Or, as Aquaman will suggest you, ease of porpoise.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's the one. Ha. Yes, there is indeed. As as Mr. Gormsby will tell you.
Man, this was a tricky little bastard here, but I prevailed, overcame, kicked his ass.
Yes, it's actually in some ways it's those moments that deliver the most satisfaction, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pulling a Rob. I'm being impatient. I'm not waiting for my glue to dry. Or is that David?
It's your
David.
first problem.
I should wait a memento.
Yeah, it never hurts. Oh, there we go. That one's gone together much more smoothly. That's what I want to see. Yeah, nice.
All right, since it's Easter, I have to tell an Easter joke.
Here
I've told it before. Why does the Easter bunny hide his eggs?
Why's that?
Because he don't want everybody to know he's fucking a chicken.
Now, here we go. Here we go. There's Jesus is on the cross.
Oh, here we go.
And he's looking out across, you know, down from the crucifix. And Peter sees his Savior in pain. Jesus looks down at him and calls out, Peter! Peter, hearing the pain of the Lord, runs up to try and save him. The Romans grab him and just hammer him because, I mean, what are you fucking doing? You're Jewish. What are you doing? Fuck off. They hammer him for it. And Jesus continues to suffer. He calls out again to his follower, Peter. Again, Peter, filled with angst, runs up, and again, the Romans don't want to hear this. They don't want to put up with this nonsense. To him, he was one of the Judean people, and they just smack the fuck out of him, and throw him back. Then it happens again. Peter! Despite his injuries, Peter once more charges towards the crucifix to save his Savior. And the Romans have had enough. They absolutely pile drive him, beat him bloody, skewer him with their gladii, and hurl him at the feet of the crucifix, saying, There is your Lord. Enjoy your misery with him. And as Peter's passing in and out of consciousness, Jesus is there. Peter! I can see your house from here.
Damn. Lord.
Yeah.
Damn.
There was another one that had a similar sort of thing where Jesus is on the crucifix. I'm trying to remember what that one was. Yeah, I got some shockers. Hey.
Oh man. You turned your clocks back yesterday, didn't you, Rob?
Pardon?
Didn't you turn your clocks back yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. So what time is it there at your house now?
Currently, it would be almost 8 o'clock. It is 7:54.
Okay.
I figured what I would need to do is that's interesting. Is start an hour earlier, which is not a big trick, to make sure that basically stay the same time for everyone else. which makes it kind of easier. Now, there are benefits in it for me to do it that way.
Right.
Not so much on a weekend, but certainly during the week.
Okay.
Because what that means is that I can get a stream in, a good hour and a half, or thereabouts, a bit more,
Okay.
and I can wind up before it's even business hours. And I'm sure you can see why that would be advantageous.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Sounds like a plan, man.
Yeah. So there are benefits to that. The other thing that's kind of worth bearing in mind for me is that on those, when it comes to the actual daylight savings time, there's a period of that time being December to January, so 2 months anyway, where phasing into business time matters less because people are either A, winding down or only just beginning to pick up their activities with regards to business and stuff. So it's less of an issue if you follow me.
Yeah.
So there we go. There is the sermon according to Rob. Yeah. Now, something I am considering once I moved, because I'll be able to have better access to all those unfinished kits I have, is that I'll every now and again trot out one between sort of kits. I might trot one out for a bit of a touch-up, bit of progress on that. I probably won't finish it, maybe, but I might. But you know what I mean?
Yep.
Just do a little bit here, a little bit there, whilst focusing on other things. There would also be, on the topic of a little bit here, a little bit there, sometime in the next however long, I will commence work on my diorama and my ship. Because I think the thing with the ship there's two things about it. One, okay, if I've bought all the photo etch, I may as well as fucking do it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember now. You did buy all that photo etch for it.
And I won't lie, that has had me going, fuck.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But now, if I've got it, I'm going to do it. And what is more, there will be times, however, when I need to go, right, I've gotten that portion done, put that aside, cover it, sort of a thing, before the next stage of assembly. So I can do that. I'll have the space to do that. I will probably do the ship, and then I'll start considering the viabilities of doing the diorama.
Yeah.
I will actually at some stage, once I'm set up, I'll actually even show you the diorama kit I have, because it's pretty cool. Because it's from here we go. Now, if I was to say to you, I have a vibe that David may know. I'm not sure about you, Bassman. I'm not sure. We'll see. Ever heard of Pegasus Bridge?
Pegasus Bridge.
Yes.
No.
I thought David would have. Yes. Okay, you never. Okay, Pegasus Bridge was during the as David said, during the Normandy landings.
Okay.
And what it was an airborne assault done by glider, or featuring glider landings amongst the. And basically, what it was for was there was a bridge at. Try and remember what the name of the town is. That matters less. But the point is, that bridge needed to be secured to prevent basically a whole stack of German troops and armor coming through. and this is what they achieved. And yeah, it's a very famous paratroop attack, basically.
Right.
I'd have to say, as far as paratroops go, D-Day was probably the pinnacle of as far as successful airdrop attacks go. Most of the rest of the time, when paratroops got dropped in, it frequently led to bloodbaths. Not necessarily in the landing, although the German troops, that's what happened to the German troops in Crete. As they were landing, they were getting taken out by the ground troops because by that stage the British had cracked their code. They knew the paradrop was coming. They just didn't have the troops to do much about it.
That's terrible.
But they were basically just lying there waiting. It was a bloodbath.
Damn.
In the end, they secured Crete, but with heavy loss. And in the case of Operation Market Garden, the British 1st Airborne, the drop went badly, but that wasn't where they lost their troops. It was because they were isolated for too long. At the end of the day, the British lost almost an entire airborne division.
Damn.
It didn't go so badly for the US 101st or 82nd, but their tasks were not quite so isolated. Yeah. So in many ways, D-Day was as good as it got for airborne work. Now, I'm not sure that this enamel white, so I don't have any. My other option is to go for. Oh, hello. This is Tamir. Are we in luck? We are in luck, kids. You're not chicken, motherfucking dinner. So I want to do some touch-ups in white. But yeah, Pegasus Bridge is the kit I have. It doesn't come with a glider, but I have one. Okay. So I can very easily get a lot of it going on. I'm almost tempted, in fact, because I've got my car, I've already started loading stuff out. I can actually probably find it very easily right now. You know I'm going to do that, don't you?
Absolutely. You'd be crazy not to.
I'll be back, guys. I shan't be long.
I have David.
All right, I'm going to take.
You clearing your throat for that song, David?
You
clearing your throat for that song you're going to sing us? me.
I've been, I think I've now got a cold, so I've been coughing and sneezing for the last 2 days.
Well, damn. I'm sorry to hear that. Because it sucks. So we've all been sick for weeks over here, and we all finally got better.
Oh dear.
What you working on, David?
Try and get this Bugatti working. That I've had to alter with the front going to look with the lights, and I can't get the fit. It's don't know if it's why it's none of the glue wants it to fit properly, and so I have to do some alterations to make it work.
Okay. Yeah, I'm having to drill out the back of these wheel axles so I can get the bar in there. They're too small.
I went to look for my the wood glue for my ship, and I know I got 2 bottles of it, or 1.5 bottles. But you see, I can find the bloody things.
Absolutely not. Now, when you don't need them, when you're going to find them.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Them's the rules, guys. Now, alrighty, here we go. Before we get started, give me a moment.
It's crazy. I'm going to do this.
Deary me. That's an odd one.
What are you doing, mate?
Okay, inkle weavers. Supposed to be a very brotherly set of people, as great as 2 inkle weavers being a proverbial saying. Iron, money in general. To polish the king's iron with one's eyebrows. To look out of grated or prison windows. Okay, so there's 2 contexts there. Money, it could just be money. But if you're polishing the king's iron with eyebrows, you're in jail.
What the hell?
Ivories, teeth. How the swell flashed his ivories. How the gentleman chewed his teeth.
All right.
Curious and quirky. Now, okay, I'll start off with, here we go. Here's the actual basic diorama starting point. And it actually shows on the bottom here. I'll zoom in a bit and go to the bottom as to what it comes with. So, whoops, a daisy. There we go. So we've got the bridge. We get so I'll get this right in a minute. Here we go.
There you go.
German guns, and you can see they've got a bit of crew.
Yep.
Some German infantry and a truck.
Huh.
A van. British paratroopers and battlefield accessories.
Wow.
Now, it's fairly basic, however, in many ways. And I'll show you what I mean by that.
What size is it?
1:72.
Right, so smaller one.
Now, let me just get all these out of the way. Bridge is wood. As you can.
Right.
Now, it's very clear cut. And very sturdy thereby, I would suggest. Now, here's something that's kind of funky. They also give you with that, and some of these would be for the trucks, but also road signs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now, with that, you get various things. These are parts for the truck, or the truck's plural. So you get all of that. I might as well just open them up, hey? Scissors, scissors, scissors. Wherever I put the big scissors. Looking, not finding. Might want to use sprue cutters if I have to. I know where the big scissors are. They're in the study from where I've been packing up. These aren't going to cut the mustard. Here, let's try these.
It comes with so much stuff.
It does, but it doesn't come with everything that's needed. And I'll come to that shortly. All right, there we go. Now, here we have. Now that's definitely
Go on,
parts of the
big.
truck
Put yourself big.
and barrels. That's the yep. We've got more truck parts. As you can see, there's our axle. Oh, well, look at the size difference in comparison to what we generally work with.
Yep.
That's hilarious. These look like more
There's outside of it.
Battlefield stuff as far as props and
No, she's in
so yeah, there's a lot of that.
Wow.
Then we come to this. Looks like this is the cannons. Now, there's actually still quite good detail on this. Let me give you a couple of good scopings on what's a really good, for example. There's good detail on the figures, just to begin with. Give us a moment.
Yeah, normally those kits that size are really detailed.
This one is no different. They got really good detail going on. Come here, you. Open up. Your nose is want to.
Yeah, they come with crazy detail.
Now, here we go. Now, this is another van. But here we go. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay, here's an example of what. Oh, yeah, baby, I can have fun with this. But that's also why it's going to take time. Now, let's give it a zoom in.
Oh man, look at the people, soldiers.
There's fun to be had there, boys and girls.
That's where you're gonna be glad you got goggles.
Oh yeah. I ordered some new ones too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, ones with light on it.
Nice.
Now, here's another good one to have a gander at. Even just there, that's part of the mechanism. But look at what they've done there. That's really nice detail. And there's a really, there we are. There's a nice looking cannon if ever I saw one.
Look at the detail on it, man.
So I'm going to have a bit of fun with that, undeniably. Happy this is the sort of stuff I like doing, you know.
Yeah, it's got crazy.
And now, this is probably the different. And they're very sensibly. And they've given a good number, given that what they've done is some are. In fact, you'll zoom out. You'll notice some of that color, some of that color. Paratroops, German.
Oh shit! Well, darn.
That's very sensible.
Yeah, that was smart on their behalf.
Wonder how many of them are doing different. If there's different poses for the. There is. The Germans are doing different poses too, or are they? Or just modifications on? Yeah, they are doing different ones. They've got markedly different weapons. Example of which, here we go. Now I'll open them up again. Now, the point being, once I get all this out, one of the things the Brits arrived in on Pegasus Bridge is what's called a Horsa glider. That was one of the things that made the attack famous and indeed successful. Now, anyway, here we go. Now, you'll notice, for example, on this chappie.
Okay, Brent.
That is a Bren gun. Very distinctive British weapon.
Oh.
And you'll notice the helmets are, and this is another textbook World War II British paratrooper thing, little bits of what's the word? Camouflage on top of the helmet.
Wow.
There's another one which is where they show classic British weapon. There we go. There. This guy, that is what's called a Sten gun.
Mm.
And again, textbook British weapon. Now we've got a few guys like him doing exactly that same pose, running with the Sten gun. To be fair, during an airborne assault, there's probably a bit of that going on.
You're saying, are you saying stem or Sten?
Sten, S-T-E-N.
Okay, gotcha.
Now,
Very basic one, but very robust.
yeah, it was one of those guns that was hugely reliable in almost any environment. Easy to take apart, easy to clean. I believe, and David may or may not be able to confirm this for me, Sten guns were such that you could actually go into quite wet environments and it would still work.
Oh, shit.
Now, on the other side, we have, looks like, is that a grenade being thrown by these chappies?
Looks like it.
Yes, it is. Here we go. Now, we've got the classic German stick grenade being thrown by them. And that is indeed, this guy here, that's a Mauser. We've got the classic German helmets. This is good stuff,
Yep.
guys.
Yep, I can see that. Yeah. That's
This
cool.
is all very good. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually.
Now, while we're here and we're having a quick gander, let's have a look at, here we go, some of the assembly sheets. Yep, out we come. Now, this is, so we do the truck. We do.
I think I've got a couple of oval bricks at 135 scale.
Yeah. And
The stupid wagons. What?
What did you call that?
oh, now look at this. It gives you some ideas as to how you can set things up. Now, it also comes with a Kugelwagen. One of these.
Wow.
Really assembly steps on that. Pretty straightforward, but there'd be a truckload of detailing. Then we come to, oh, I like that. I'm so doing that. But I'd have to, I'd suggest, because I need to get some pictures as to how the, look at that. That looks so cool.
Wow. Yeah.
Now I'll need to get, so you get this gun set with the crew, all of that.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so doing this. I'm not gonna. I won't be. I'll still be doing my cars and stuff, but this will be a progress because this is a process. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to get you
And
some
it'll be good.
military color paints.
It's also going to be a thing of. I don't think I want to do this in one straight line. It's something I want to do as bites. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Battlefield accessories. Ha! I wonder if they. Hang on, I can find this out.
Wow.
Give me a moment. What I'm looking for here. Okay, that's town directions. Oh, they do. Now, what I'm going, oh, they do about
Yeah, you got the lightness on it.
is they've got various, okay, not necessarily that, but they do have what looks like warning signs for mines. What we do get is these, which are actually anti-tank devices. I need to zoom in a bit. Anti-tank devices. I suppose they're not necessarily just ammunition boxes, but some of them. Sandbags. You can build the sandbag structure as you want. And tanks, as in oil tanks. God, they'd be worth a bit these days, oil tanks. Now here's actually a really good example of what I was talking about with the helmet. They've actually got that on there if you look at the figures that I showed. If you remember the figures I showed you, I'll show you.
Yep.
There we go. Any of them will do, obviously.
Yep.
So you can see they've actually gone to the length to put that on. I think that's
cool.
fantastic. It's not even dressed in plastic. Well, actually, it is dressed in plastic. So yeah, there's them. There's them. So all of that is pretty. Oh, these are. Okay, interesting. It gives some really good tips as well. Let me find the right. Here we go. Self-made bunker and house, and it shows how to explain how to do it.
Oh, really? Well, that's cool.
How to do the bunker. Bam, 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 bam. So it gives you roughly a guide at least. With balsa wood you can reproduce additional. And it does give ideas for that. Oh, ho, ho. Bless their cotton motherfucking socks. Yeah, so it gives you, what they do is give some really good ideas. Now here's the bridge itself. Oh, nice. And they give good detail as to what you should be doing at various points. There. But also,
man, that's really
if you
deep.
wish, they outline all these as potential signs you could use. So if you want to make some, you can get a bit of balsa wood, draft up your thing there, and away you go.
Oh.
Tell me how any of that is bad. It's pretty tidy action, and as I said, it will be a process. And I would suggest to complete the project, bearing in mind I also need to get a board to put it on. I need to create the landscape. We're talking about a 2-year project, I would suggest.
You would need a table by itself just for that.
That is correct. And now, in the new place I'm moving to, I will have that space to do it.
Nice. So
the question I would then pose is, and why the hell wouldn't I? Because that is kick-ass. Now, in a similar vein to that, let me just move a few things around. One thing that kit does not come with is one of the key components of that attack. This. The Horsa glider.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about a while ago that I was missing. Or it didn't come with.
Now, this I obviously do have, but it also comes with some British paratroops. Convenient that. So I might be able to see about getting some differentiation in the poses I have. I might also purchase some additional German troops.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to have more troops. Absolutely.
So, yeah, also I'll be looking at pictures of the landscape and where the gliders actually landed. I'll probably, if I was going to go all out, I'd probably need more than just one, but I'll go for the closest one. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Otherwise, I'm going to be buying more gliders and get carried away with things. Now,
You
the
can go
glider
online.
itself is a very simple. I've clearly opened this tab. It's an immensely simple thing. I'm sure you're not surprised by this. Boom. I mean, look at that. There's not much to it. It's a glider. You don't get engine. It's a big tube. Now, one of the things that's kind of cool, have they done that, I wonder? They have. Bless their cotton socks. All right, here we go. Now, one of the things you'll notice about a Horser is that you've got this portion here, and the tube, the rest of it continues there, yeah? This has that, hang on it. That's where the commander of the detachment would sit. And when the glider landed, ultimately, I think it had the capacity to even come apart there. You just jump out you come. But ultimately, yeah, there you go. You can just blip.
Wow.
It might have been a thing that it would come apart if it was in a crash situation. But ultimately, that would have been purely for the safety of the person there. But yeah, you get the idea. It's a pretty simple build, that. But the good part is it comes with these chappies. So again, detailed to the... Oh, yeah, baby. Give me a moment.
How many is there?
No, actually, here's something to check out. Oh, decals. Now, this aircraft is actually even has the decals for that attack, which is even better. Wonder if he gives any comments about how to paint the... Ha! Oh! Looky this. Looky this. It even... The actual troops have to be assembled, but I'm thinking that that's actually kind of good because it's going to make detail on their different bits and bobs so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple who just have their red berets. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, nice. And yeah,
I know you might want to assemble all of them and put them all on one long paint stand, and when you paint one, go ahead and paint them off.
yeah, it'll be. Oh,
Like
yeah.
assembly line.
Because what I'm going to do, I'll actually even share with you part of my plan. You see that table over there?
Yeah.
That ultimately, because most of that does not need to be there. I'm sure you can work that out for yourself.
Yep.
That's going to be my project table in the man cave. And what that'll have is those bits that I'm working on from side projects and whatever else. And in the instance of when it comes to doing that sort of thing, that will be perfectly suited as far as a place to go, right, we'll put that there. It doesn't clutter up my workbench or in my living space, whatever, you know?
Yep.
So I'll be able to do that. Anyway, let's open these and have a bit of a look-see.
Take a gander, mate.
Yeah, they're cool. Oh, look at that. Somebody lobbing a grenade. It's all very exciting, it is. Probably a whole lot more exciting for the person receiving the grenade.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Now, here we go. So there's one with just the red beret. He's obviously an officer saying, "What's what?"
Wow.
Then we got this chappie. He's armless. But yeah,
Man, that's really cool.
and there's that classic Bren gun I was telling you about before again.
Ah,
And indeed, here are guns. And okay, they don't supply you with a lot of troops. That's okay though. It's not like I don't have some. But here are different packs. Right, guns.
It looks like the 303s, isn't it?
Okay, let's have a close look. That one's a Sten gun. That one looks like possibly a 303. Yeah. 303s are interesting as in the classic Lee Enfield. As far as what they are actually capable of. Here's a fun fact for you, Bassman.
Yeah,
I reckon David would be onto this one. Okay, the classic bolt-action firearm that the British used in World War II
okay.
was the Lee Enfield 303. Now, the Lee Enfield had been around, or has been around, since it was first used at the turn of the 20th century. And probably the first time it came into prominence was in the Boer War in South Africa. In any event, when it was known amongst German troops that the British still had these bolt-action rifles, they were at first very almost mocking of the whole idea. Thing is, the Lee Enfield, and also the British were trained in how to do it as a rotation, sort of how to do it, used correctly, could fire sufficiently fast with sufficient accuracy that the Germans actually thought they were facing machine guns.
Huh. Damn.
Reliable as all fuck, like the Lee Enfield will not fuck you up. It will just keep going. So jamming was simply not an issue.
Right.
But yeah, it's a
That's interesting.
yeah, it's not what people think. Oh, it's just an old bolt action. Yeah, but and as such, it was quite commonplace for quite elite troops to still have the trusty Lee Enfield. Now, mouthful of coffee. But yeah, so that's what I want. I'll be getting onto that at some stage after I've completed the ship, which will of its own be a big task.
We researched the bridge. Remember, the bridge is now moved.
The bridge. Oh no. Well, they've moved it, have they?
Yes.
Scoundrels! Off with their heads!
Damn it, man. What to do now?
It's been moved around 100 yards, I think. It's just so it's.
I repeat, off with their heads.
You just made it work, dude.
Anyway, now what I was probably always going to use was post-op pictures, so to speak. The idea being that's when I'd be able to learn out where the nearest glider was.
Yeah, it's not really too far. It's sort of like 50 yards away. I think it's got landing amongst some barbed wire in a water-filled part of the area. And the soldiers were out before the soldiers even know they arrived that close.
Because what I'm sort of mentally picturing, if you imagine this mat as being hypothetically the base of the diorama, what I'd want is probably just enough space for just the nearest glider, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
If I start getting to the point of the whole thing, then I'm going to be talking about a few gliders, and that's That's self-inflicted. That's making a rod for my own back on that one. I'm not going to be playing that game. But if I go for just the first, and if at a stretch, if I need the second, if you know what I mean, if I've got no option because of the angles, then I would get a second. But ultimately, just that one, and set up the rest if you follow for that sort of fact, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'd probably be therefore requiring operations more post the event. And also before it, in fact, so they can see exactly what's what.
Right.
Where's where? What's going on with that? What's going on with that, man? What's going on with that? All right. Now, back to the car. Now, what I'm going to do... I had a sudden flash of the chili peppers. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stick it in you. Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
I had to put money on it. I think you're pretty excited about moving.
Look, I wasn't happy about having to move, and it's still a clusterfuck. And it's a bit of a fisting from the viewpoint of, and I've just gotten the garden set up, but I am now starting to see positives. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the positives are actually pretty big. So to my mind, okay, not happy, but to move, but it looks like I'm getting somewhere that in the longer term gives me more options. And that's always a happy thing. Now, I'm going to move these before I lose them because they're very important.
Have you a man cave now? That's what's cool.
Oh, mate, I'm so looking forward to that. What I've worked out, it looks like they've done with the house is, okay, if you imagine it as a square, it looks like they've put two main walls about a third of the way in, and then pretty much two main walls going across in the far two rooms, if you follow me.
Okay.
And by doing that, what they've actually done, it means the central room, which is the living room and kitchen, is a little narrow, but also it creates these other rooms that are very big. So because I'm going minimal in the living room anyway, but the kitchen area is big, it all comes together, you know? And the shed garage was looking pretty substantial, so yes. Now, okay. What do I want to get onto next? A few things here. I have options. All right, I'm going to do this. Come here, you. Now, got the windscreen in.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Hey, where are we at?
Yeah. There we go. Anyway. Now, let's see about getting this bonnet on. Because then it all gets very easy. Now,
Tastes too good.
now this is where having a light on my head would be most advantageous.
Dave, hold the light for him.
What I might need to do is just shave that. Let's see. I know I can get it into this side quite easily. That one's working quite nicely for me.
Perfect.
Now, it's the other side that's being the curse.
Yeah. That's how it works with everything. Something goes in nicely the first time, then the second one's always a bitch.
Yeah.
Always a bitch.
Yeah. What I'm thinking is I might just shave that off a little bit. Might be the way to do it. And other thing I need to consider here very carefully, or very seriously, is that needs to lean more over that way. So in both instances, I may be well advised just to give them a bit of a shave. But a file work on a toothpick it would, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Yes,
Of course
sir.
it would.
Yes, sir.
After all, you file pieces of wood. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
my brother's my dad. Now, so I'll file that down so I get the angle I'm after.
I told Bassman last night, I said, well, I said we should go back and just stop this, the Lord of the Rings, and watch all the Hobbits first.
Okay, now the Hobbits is movies.
Then she's like,
All
no.
wrong. All wrong. Or actually, no, that's an overstatement. Some of it is very cool, but most of it, no.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
For starters, here's something to consider.
Man, that's a pisser.
Here's something to consider, just as a starting point. Now, Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, in its entirety, 1,076 pages. Now, in such a circumstance, I entirely see why it is that you're talking about three-hour movies. Comfortable with that.
Oh, yeah. Yep, they are. They are that.
There's a lot that goes on. It's action-packed. All of that. Now, we're getting places. The problem with The Hobbit as a trilogy is that the entirety of that book is 150 pages long.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. And what's more, The Hobbit, in actuality, in many ways, is a kid's book.
Well, really?
Yes.
We did not know that.
Don't get me wrong, it's got some pretty heavy-duty adult themes. And there's now the whole stuff where you can see Gandalf get imprisoned by Sauron and yada 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 does not happen. Does not appear in the books or in the book. Now that said, yes, Gandalf does go off to address that. There's an organization called the White Council.
Okay.
It's Gandalf, Saruman at that stage. I think Radagast is part of it, but certainly Galadriel and Elrond are as well, and possibly Glorfindel. Anyway, point being that give me a moment. I think I did. Okay. they become aware of this agent of evil in Mirkwood called the Necromancer.
Okay.
And they do go off to find out who it is, because then there could be a few people they want to find out, as one might.
We're still talking about the Hobbit, right?
Yeah, but this is all happening away from. None of this appears in the books,
Okay.
or in the book rather. And when they do, he does in fact flee Dol Guldur. Dol Guldur is a fortress Sauron has in Mirkwood, and he flees because collectively they can all put a fist up his ass in a pretty major way. And so that whole Gandalf being imprisoned and saved by Galadriel and Elrond, no, does not happen.
So there's what, three Hobbit movies?
Yeah, there should be one, because that's about as much as you need. What they did is overkill.
Damn.
Sorry to
Well,
break
they're
it to you.
making a new HBO series of Harry Potter with a whole new cast of people, and we're like, why? Why are they doing this?
Yep. Oh, I can answer that for you.
Money.
Oh
There
yeah,
has to be.
but it's just it ain't right.
It ain't
And
necessary.
they say these are supposed to be more accurate to the book. These Harry Potter.
Yes. Solar rich tapestry.
Yeah, they say it's supposed to be more accurate to the book.
This is being a little bit fiddly to get this bonnet thing up. Come here, you. Off we come. But it will get there. What I'm going to do whilst I think to, because I now need to get that just down a little bit more, file it down to a sharper angle.
Okay.
But I have another one that I've got started on. I've also painted up rather, is more the point. Ah, dearie me. It's starting to take a bit of time. I do actually have a few things to, believe it or not, despite it being a holiday, I do need to get on to. I had hoped to edit my website yesterday, and in the end I had to go through a few hoops to make sure that I had full access to it to be able to edit. So I'll be doing that today. And I also want to get some flyers prepared today. But yeah, so there's a few thoughts for you about the Hobbit movies, and as opposed to the Lord of the Rings movies. The Lord of the Rings movies are by and large pretty good.
Yeah, they're all tied in together. The Hobbit and
and here's one thing that does happen in the movies that I'm quite comfortable with seeing. Ewan does get the hots for Aragorn, but he, of course,
yeah.
That actually happens. That's actually not just the movies.
Okay, I got
you. She gets very romantic visions of being Queen of Gondor, because she's sick of being this bit part in Rohan.
Huh.
And but the reason she ends up hooking up with Faramir is because he suffers an attack. He's when he gets hammered, he gets taken to the houses of healing. This is stuff that you don't see in the movies. There's a whole thing about when she hammers or takes out the Witch King, which for my money is arguably one of the most kick-ass scenes in the entire movie and book.
What part of the Twin Towers, the two towers, I mean, the Twin Towers, not the two towers, was
Towers. What is this? The story of Osama bin Laden? Oh, yeah, I went there, didn't I? Dear, oh dear.
Where Arwen saw was with Aragon wearing his crown, laying on his deathbed. Now this is before the Return of the King, where it shows that he's actual king. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe not. Don't recall that bit offhand.
Me and Bassman kind of looked at one another like, why are they showing him actually wearing the crown? Because we saw the Return of the King where Aragon gets crowned king.
Yeah. And of course, he is in the books because there is a little note as to what goes on after Lord of the Rings. And of course, Aragorn is a great king, and he drives back the Easterlings and stuff like that, and the yada. All the stuff that apparently makes the Dunedain good chappies. Now, here's the thing I've thought about. Are the Dunedain the good guys? Really? Consider the following. Their original home is this island which gets destroyed because one of their kings sides with evil. They then come into other people's lands.
Imagine that.
And take them over and start telling them what's what. Oh my God, this is sounding kind of familiar. Then, because those people unsurprisingly launch wars against them, they make sure they defeat them and drive them back. Tell me who are the good guys? Come on now.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, true. Well, damn. Things that make you go,
Yeah, indeed. Right, I think. Yes, I have. Now I can use that as a. Actually, no, it'll be slightly different over here, won't it? No, I can use that as a, for example, is how I need this to be for the other one. Then I'm going to need to do a bit of repainting. That's okay. That's okay. Then I'll need to factor in how to do the front ones. Will I even need one on the front?
I think, yes.
I think it would be a good idea just for stability.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, so I've often thought it would be amusing to do a Lord of the Rings thing from this perspective of those nations that would have been the how should one put this? Here we go. I'll go there. The First Nations people of Middle Earth. Yeah. Get your head around that anytime you're ready.
Damn. What's wrong with them, David? He's gone bloody mad.
Hey, I'm just telling it how it is. Telling it how it is.
Bloody mad.
Now, match these up in length, I think. But yeah, you could actually fully do that sort of thing, or even, not as a parody, just as a straight out different perspective on it all.
True.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
I've just broken a blade. I think. Or did it just fly out? It just flew out. No, I must have broken it. It's got to be in there somewhere. Here, I can feel it's in there. Hang on a moment. Come on. Yeah, I can see it. Christ. Completely undone it, and it's not coming out. Let's get this scalpel blade out the way first, shall we?
Sweetly.
Yeah, I think it's a wise idea. And aha, there we go. There's the bit that broke off. All right. Well,
Tea kettle going on.
Pardon?
That was my tea kettle a whistling.
Yeah. Yeah. Slide that through through there. Or through? No, it wouldn't be through there. It is through there. All right. Delay. Right. Now, what I might do is clearly this is a bit. They're a bit stronger than I had anticipated. The toothpicks. I'll actually get my saw out. These are proving to be a little harder than I had anticipated. Never mind. Where is my saw? There is my saw. Now, I'm not even going to bother putting it in the actual handle.
Put some of these pieces together and go back and detail them. Thank you.
God damn. There we
go.
For fuck's sake. Got it done at least.
Damn kilogram.
Now, and it's gone back down onto the ground, of course, but I can get that easily enough. All right. Now, you get over here. Yeah, the other thing that's not very well conveyed in the movies, but it's a thing, is the extent to which dwarves and elves don't like each other. They really don't. And the friendship that Gimli and Legolas develop is isolated.
Yeah, I love Gimli. He's funny as hell, man. But yeah, they make a good. They do bond to make a good friendship.
In the books, Gimli is far more of a hard ass. You do not fuck with Gimli. In the movies, it becomes a bit more almost light entertainment. In the books, the guy will casually put you in two pieces with an axe if you piss him off. So yeah.
He's I might be wrong on this. Gimli's in the Hobbit too, and the Lord of the Rings, right? Or just the Lord of the Rings?
He's just in Lord of the Rings. His father, Glowin, is in the Hobbit.
Oh,
He is
okay.
Gimli, son of Glowin.
Okay. All right.
Glowin actually appears at the Council of Elrond with Gimli.
Oh, well, I thought I seen him in there. One of them.
And what it is
That's why I asked.
Is
I thought I'd seen him.
that the reason the dwarves have come to the Council of Elrond is because one of the Nazgul, or is it the mouth? No, it's the mouth of Sauron gets sent to Erebor, which is the mountain that the dwarves retake in The Hobbit.
Right.
And they're asking, and the mouth asks if they know the whereabouts of a certain hobbit. And also wonders if they had seen him in possession of a. It's just that he possesses a small trinket that the Lord wishes for his own dalliance. It is a small nothing. And of course, it's the One Ring.
Right.
And the dwarves aren't so easily taken in. They want to know what's going on with this. They know that they don't know what's going on.
One ring to rule it all.
But they know that there's something going on because Sauron doesn't just make friends for nothing. That they know. And so what they basically say is, one, because they're friends with Bilbo, as you'd expect. And they're saying, well, first we want him to know that, just be aware, this is who's looking for him. And the other is to find out, what is this trinket that Sauron seeks that is allegedly such a small thing? And why does he seek it? And that's what it is. Boromir is there because he's had dreams, as has Faramir. And the dream comes in the form of a poem. And it's, let me see if I can remember. Now, I think it's seek for the sword that is broken. In Imladris it dwells. Counsel shall be taken, stronger than Morgul spells. For a token shall be shown that doom is near at hand. And can't remember what the second last line is, but and the halfling fourth shall stand. And they hear this. They both dreamed this poem. They talk to their father about it, Denethor, and that's why he sends Imladris as Rivendell. The broken sword are the shards of Narsil. That Aragorn ultimately gets made into his new sword.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty cool the way they reforged that.
And bottom line, that's why Boromir is there. Legolas is there to warn people that Gollum's on the loose. And here's an interesting thing. When Gimli finds out that that the elves were prepared to allow Gollum the opportunity to climb up trees and stuff because he actually takes issue with it because, and I quote, or I believe I quote, "You were less kind to me." Because, of course, the dwarves were imprisoned by the elves for a while.
Yeah, they were.
So, yeah, a fact of which that is not forgotten.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's very different in the books as to what you get in the movies. In some instances, at least.
That's pretty crazy. You read them that many times.
Yeah.
I had to say it's kind of crazy.
It is, I'm prepared to accept that. Yeah, it is. I fell quite in love with it when I was young, or younger. I reckon I first read it when I was 18, and I was just wow. The
Well, it's kind of like us with Harry Potter. I mean, we've seen Harry Potter all the way through. Golly, 10, 12 times, maybe more. I just love Harry Potter.
There's potential in a sense. I've at least got one to the point. I can get them. I'm going to repaint them a little bit now, but you can see I can get one of the things up and on. There we go. Boom. But I'll want to paint it a bit first because of the bits where I've had to file them both right down. But that is going to work. Awesome.
Ready.
Now, that was worth doing in my eyes. Now, well, it took quite a while in actuality. Longer than I'm happy about. But at least now, I might even focus on this tomorrow just to get it finished. Because now that I've got these set up, all I really need to do is I can rig one. It looks like it'll sit okay with just one. It would certainly be more stable with one at the front as well. But ultimately, I'm going to give these a lick of paint.
Just a lick? A lick and a promise?
Yeah, just a lick and a... Oh, mate, that was the phrase my mum used to employ for... Because if she didn't go out... she was... she had various sorts of levels of what she defined as washing. And one of them was a lick and a promise.
Yep.
Which was basically, just take care of the smelly bits away and you're done.
I think all moms have said that because my mom has said that to me.
Yeah, okay, so it's not just my mum then, okay.
Yep.
Now.
I remember being younger and she'd tell me go in there and get in the shower and she's going to give it more than a lick and a promise.
Yeah, it's pretty, but the inference is that it's pretty rudimentary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, moms are great.
Now. All right. So just give these a bit of a touch up. I think what I'll probably do is I'll get the first strut into the position on both sides on the bonnet, and then I'll have a better idea as to how long I need to make the front struts, if you follow the logic I'm applying there. All right, but that's all gonna work. Yeah.
Yep.
And there was much rejoicing. Now, I'm.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. I see some black I need to touch up. Some black I need to touch up.
Weinstein.
Sweetly.
That's the one.
Sweetly.
Ha! On the topic of Three Stooges, there's
Barry Kelly and Moe and Shemp.
there's a few
Wise guy, are you?
references in The Simpsons, and one of them is comes when they actually in the Who Shot Monty Burns episode.
Oh, I think that one.
Because in that one, the school strikes oil. Whilst the council is taking suggestions as to how the money should be spent, but ponders that, oh, who cares? They didn't approve my idea. And Lisa looks at him tersely and says, of course they didn't, Bart. It's utterly impractical. But even if they could raise the members of the Three Stooges from the dead, I doubt very much they'd want to spend time with you. Now, that's them. All right, getting places. Getting places.
It was quite a kerfuffle Friday over here, and it was our Good Friday. Yep. I had all kinds of plans. I said, well, I'm going to run over to my doctor's office, pick up a prescription, and I'm going to run to the license plate place and get the tags for both of my vehicles. Had the morning all planned out. Nope. Everybody's closed.
Yeah. I
got all about being Good Friday.
I had actually here's one I was in a sense I was kind of happy with it or pleased that this ended up panning out that way, but you'll see what I'm on about. Yesterday I was feeling I couldn't be fucked cooking. I just couldn't be fucked. And so I figured I'd just go for a food delivery as you do. And first place I tried, closed. Easter Sunday, of course. Second place I looked at, closed. So at the end of the day, I had to knock something up at home. And I'm actually kind of glad I did, because I mean, ultimately, obviously, I had the stuff to make dinner. I just couldn't be fucked.
Yeah, but sometimes, you're like,
Yeah, definitely. But it's a thing of save myself $30.
Well, yeah.
Probably ate more healthily for it.
Well, they do put all them good stuffs in the fast food places. All the nutritious, healthy stuff.
They do. Now, just go down the same here.
Yeah, I kind of slipped on my diet a little bit. I got to lose about 10 pounds.
Yeah, happens.
Yeah. And you get in your head, you're like, oh, a couple more bites won't hurt. Oh.
Yeah. Look, I'm a sucker for that. It's a bit like, I'll tell you another thing I'm a sucker for. Well, I'm bigger than most people, so I can have a bigger serve. And yes, I am, but that's not going to get the weight off.
I'm not
If
eating
I
all
was
day.
not
I'm
looking
not
to
eating all
lose
day.
weight, I
Yeah.
could probably approach it that way. You know what I mean?
Yep. I can just have a bigger supper, but when your damn stomach's hurting, you're stretching it back out because your stomach shrunk before, you know, and fighting a losing battle.
Yeah, mate.
Just ain't right.
On the other hand, it could be worse. You could be one of those dudes who you see saying, "Yeah, I need to lose a bit of weight, but that's okay." Or they mung into a fucking triple stack burger.
Oh man, I ain't had a good old triple stack burger in a long time. Damn. Shame when you're all
Look, they are a worthy experience, but like I said, you see some dudes, and it's just like, and how many burgers a week do you have? Oh, about one a day.
damn.
Tell me I'm wrong. You can't. Yes.
Damn.
Aachen.
What is that do?
I'm going over pretty much the entire block here because Fire Orange seems to be slightly different from the Chevy Orange that I had in the can. But it's okay because ultimately they're both orange and hey, you know. All right.
Well, just know if my screen goes black because my phone went dead. It just beeped at me. Said turn on battery saver. I got 18%.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be winding the stream up fairly soon anyway. So all will be well.
Just hollered at me. Well, it's my damn fault. Last night I sat it down. It had 97% on it, and I should have went ahead and charged it anyway, but I didn't.
Sometimes, yeah, I know how it rolls. We all have that happen. And in fact, once I've done this little engine block tidy up, what I'm going to do, because tomorrow I reckon I will focus on the Merc, get that finished. And when I get back onto the Chevy, that is, I'll actually commence engine assembly. And any other little painting tidy-ups can be done along the way, I think.
I think you shall.
So that would work. And then your phone will not put its fist up your rectum. What's the line out of Rowan Atkinson? Rigid, fist up, bottom, detention.
Oh, Ron.
Alrighty, might give that a bit more of a go later on.
I like Ron White. You ever heard of Ron White, that stand-up comedian? They call me Tater Salad.
No, that sounds familiar, but I haven't. Don't know any lines particularly. If you follow me,
Yeah, you didn't look at.
They call me Tater Salad. Does sound familiar though.
Oh yeah, this guy on stage. Every time you see him on stage performing, he's got a cigarette. He got a bar stool with a glass of bourbon.
There used to be a Irish comedian who was very much like that. A guy named Dave Allen. Yes, David remembers. Dave Allen was funny as fuck. And yes, he used to run his, and bearing in mind, this is back in the days when it was considered perfectly normal and acceptable, he used to do his show, because it was an actual show with occasional sketches, and his show was effectively him doing what would be defined as stand-up, although it was possibly more sit-down, because he would sit down on a stool, as you say, with cigarette and glass of whiskey.
Yep.
And funny as, and he was quite not well known, and bearing in mind we're talking about the 70s, for ripping into the church. So much so, and bear in mind he was Irish and born Roman Catholic, he was actually excommunicated.
Wow.
That's how savage some of his jokes were.
Wow.
Now, you got to say to a person who clearly didn't give a flying fuck, like Dave Allen, how is that a punishment?
True.
It's a bit like at one stage of his life, Chris actually did go to church. He doesn't anymore. He's quite cynical about religion these days. Anyway, he said, and at that point, he said, we're entering the debate of heaven and hell. He said, but the problem is if you don't believe in God, ultimately you end up going to hell. Well, here's the thing, man. As I don't believe in a deity, it's a bit of a toothless tiger as a threat, isn't it? You're threatening that I'm going to wind up in somewhere that I don't believe exists. And there was no real. How do you can't counter that? It's a fact.
Yep.
And it's the one thing that can always be said of any position as an atheist, or from a position where you're not accepting the position of there being a God, is that any threat of hell or not is frankly irrelevant. It's a non-argument at that point.
Yep.
All right. Well, I reckon that's me done for today. I'm quite happy with having discovered or gotten those two back struts on the Mercedes bonnet set up. That's good.
Nice.
Very good. And the wheels assembled and a few bits and bobs done. Tomorrow I'm going to focus on the Merc, and after that we're getting back on the Chevy. So if I focus on the Merc, I'm pretty sure I'll have it finished by tomorrow. That's
Cool.
the aim of the game.
Well, what I need somebody to do is go to hell, take some up-to-date pictures, and go to heaven, take some up-to-date pictures, and bring them to me and let me see them. Then I'll be able to.
Have I talked to the joke that I heard recently about the American and the Russian guy going to hell? No? Okay, it goes like this. Hang on, let me just. These two guys die. One's from the US, one's from Russia. And when I say Russia, we're talking Soviet Russia here. They both get cast to hell. And when they're greeted by, I keep a towel across the front of my chair so the actual edge of the chair doesn't push into my legs. I keep sliding off occasionally. Anyway, as they get greeted by old Lucifer, he says, rightio, well, now you're down here, you got an option. You go to capitalist hell or you go to communist hell. And they said, well, what's the difference? He said, well, in capitalist hell, you eat a bucket of shit a day and then you can do what you want. Okay. And in communist hell, 2 buckets of shit a day. And the guy from the US works out this is a better option. And he says, well, I'll go to capitalist hell. But the Soviet guy, he decides that even in death, he will stay loyal to his ideological beliefs and goes to communist hell. They've been there for about 6 months and they bump into each other. And communist guys there. So how's capitalist hell? The guy said, "Oh, not so bad. I mean, I have to eat my bucket of shit, but after that, like Satan says, I'm pretty much good to go." "What about you?" He said, "How's communist hell?" He said, "Oh, it's awful. Half the time they don't have any shit, and the other time there's not enough to go around." All right, now, David, let's see what you've been working on.
Wheels broke off again,
Ay, caramba.
but I've rigged it so I can get the front lights on.
Ah.
Not very good, but at least they're on.
Through that.
Yeah. It looks good. It's just that wheel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Getting a bit of a boning on that.
So, yeah, I lost the windscreen as well. So,
Ay, caramba.
I got the back wheel on anyway. So,
Cool.
yeah, I was just about to put the bumper on the front, and that would have been it then, except for the bonnet, which needs to be doing. And then the wheel breaks off again. It's just everything to fool me, and that's why I just gave up.
Yeah. All righty, Bassman.
Oh, well, I've got the wheels attached together, the firewall, the steering column, and got all touched up. So that turned out pretty nice. That's what I've been working on tonight.
Nice.
Good.
All righty. Well, give me a moment. And that is us done for today. Thanks everyone for watching. We do appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
And your first time viewers out there, you know the drill. Follow, like, or subscribe.
Yeah, Jeff.
Other platform. I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And follow, like, or subscribe. You didn't see that one coming. You clearly haven't paid much attention.
That's right.
All righty. Now, tomorrow we will be back. We'll be back at the same time. So at the end of the day, all I really need to confirm is that I'll be back tomorrow. In fact, we'll be back tomorrow at the same kit time on the same kit channel. We'll catch you good people then. See yous.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.